You are a slave. You might think you are free because you aren't in chains and you don't have a master standing over you with a whip. But look at your life. Look at your phone. Look at your bad habits. You are a slave to your impulses. You are a slave to comfort. You are a slave to the opinions of people you don't even like. Real freedom isn't about doing whatever you want. Real freedom is having total control over your own mind. And right now, you don't have it. Most people go through their entire lives without ever meeting the best version of themselves. They are too lazy, too scared, or too distracted to do the work. They let their emotions drive the car. If they feel sad, they quit. If they feel tired, they sleep. If they feel hungry, they eat junk. They are animals following instincts, not men building a legacy. But there is a different way to live, a way that is hard, cold, and lonely, but it is the only path that leads to greatness. 2,000 years ago, there was a man named Marcus Aurelius. He wasn't just a philosopher writing books in a library, he was the emperor of Rome. He was the most powerful man on the planet. He could have anything he wanted. If he wanted to spend his days drinking wine, eating the best food, and sleeping with beautiful women, nobody could have stopped him. He had absolute power. Yet, he didn't do any of that. He chose to work. He chose to sleep on the floor. He chose to fight on the front lines of wars. He chose discipline over pleasure. Why? Because he knew that a man without discipline is nothing. He wrote a personal diary to himself, which we now know as Meditations. In that book, he laid down the laws of self-control. Today, we are going to break down 10 of his most powerful principles. These are not just nice ideas, they are weapons. If you use them, you can kill the weak part of yourself and finally become the person you were meant to be. Principle number 1. You must have a purpose. Marcus Aurelius struggled to get out of bed in the morning, just like you. In his diary, he wrote about the argument he had with himself. He would lie in the warm blankets and think, "I don't want to get up. It is cold. People are annoying. I just want to stay here." But then he would ask himself a question. Have I been made for this, to lie under the blankets and keep myself warm? He looked at nature. He looked at the birds, the ants, the spiders, the bees. They were all working. They were all doing their job to keep the world moving. He realized that everything in nature has a purpose. The sun has a purpose. The rain has a purpose. So why do you think you are special? Why do you think you get to do nothing? The first step to discipline is finding your mission. If you don't have a reason to wake up, you will hit the snooze button. You need a goal that is bigger than your feelings. A lot of you are depressed not because of a chemical imbalance, but because you are useless. That sounds harsh, but it is true. You aren't building anything. You aren't helping anyone. You are just consuming oxygen and food. You need to define your job as a human being. Maybe it is to be a great father. Maybe it is to build a business. Maybe it is to get in the best shape of your life. It doesn't matter what it is, but it has to be something that demands your effort. When you have a clear purpose, discipline becomes easy. You don't need willpower to do something you love. You just need to remember why you are doing it. Stop acting like you are a tourist in your own life. You are a soldier. Find your war. Principle number 2. Stop care about what others think. Marcus observed something funny about human nature. He said, "We all love ourselves more than other people, but we care more about their opinion than our own." Think about how stupid that is. You know yourself better than anyone. You know your strengths, your weaknesses, your dreams. Yet you let a random comment from a stranger on the internet ruin your day. You let your neighbor or your coworker or even your family dictate how you live. You are afraid to start that YouTube channel because people might laugh. You are afraid to go to the gym because people might stare. You are afraid to speak your truth because people might judge you. This fear is a cage, and you locked yourself inside it. Discipline requires you to be deaf to the noise of the crowd. The crowd is usually wrong. The crowd is average. The crowd is mediocre. If you want to be exceptional, you cannot follow the crowd. When you start fixing your life, people will try to pull you down. They will say you are changing. They will say you are too serious. They will say you are obsessed. Good. Let them talk. Their opinions do not pay your bills. Their opinions do not build your muscles. Their opinions do not give you peace of mind. You need to reach a point where your own self-respect is more important than their approval. When you look in the mirror, do you like what you see? That is the only vote that counts. Principle number 3. Focus on what you can control. This is the core of Stoicism. It is called the dichotomy of control. There are things you can control, and there are things you cannot control. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control traffic. You cannot control if someone likes you. You cannot control the past. But you can control your actions. You can control your thoughts. You can control your effort. You can control your attitude. Most people waste 90% of their energy worrying about things they cannot change. They get angry at the news. They get frustrated when it rains. They get bitter about their childhood. This is a waste of life. It is like screaming at a wall and expecting it to move. Discipline is the ability to ignore everything that is out of your hands and pour 100% of your energy into what is in your hands. When something bad happens, don't ask, "Why is this happening?" Ask, "What can I do about it?" If you lose your job, you can't control the company's decision, but you can control how many resumes you send out today. If your girlfriend breaks up with you, you can't control her feelings, but you can control if you go to the gym or if you go to the bar. Stop trying to manage the universe and start managing yourself. That is where your power is. Principle number 4. Do less, but do it better. We live in a world of multitasking. You are watching a movie while scrolling on your phone. You are trying to start 3 businesses at once. You have 20 tabs open on your computer. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you seek tranquility, do less." He didn't mean be lazy. He meant cut out the junk. Most of the things you do every day are not necessary. They are busy work. They are distractions. Discipline isn't just about adding good habits. It is about deleting bad ones. It is about saying no. Look at your schedule. How much time do you spend on things that don't matter? Gossiping, scrolling social media, watching news that makes you angry, arguing with people who won't change their minds. Imagine if you took all that energy and focused it on one thing, just one major goal. You would be dangerous. The man who chases 2 rabbits catches neither. You need to be a sniper, not a machine gunner. Pick your target. Eliminate everything else. Ask yourself at every moment, is this essential? If the answer is no, stop doing it. This sounds simple, but it is very hard. We are addicted to being busy because it makes us feel important. But being busy is not the same as being productive. Strip your life down to the basics. Do the essential work and do it with total focus. That is the path to mastery. Principle number 5. Be your own strict father. We live in a soft society. Everyone wants to be gentle. Everyone talks about self-care. And usually when people say self-care, they mean eating chocolate and watching TV. Marcus Aurelius had a different view. He believed in being strict with yourself and tolerant with others. Most of us do the opposite. We are very critical of other people. We judge them for being lazy, for being stupid, for being slow. But when it comes to ourselves, we are full of excuses. Oh, I'm just tired today. I'll do it tomorrow. I deserve a break. You need to flip this. Be kind to others because you don't know their battle, but be ruthless with yourself. You need to develop an inner voice that is like a strict father or a drill sergeant. When you want to quit, that voice needs to say, "Get up, we are not done." When you want to eat the cake, that voice needs to say, "No, we don't eat garbage." This isn't about self-hatred, it is about self-love. The strict father disciplines his son because he wants him to be strong. If he let the son do whatever he wanted, the son would grow up to be a loser. If you let yourself do whatever you want, you will fail. You have to parent yourself. You have to set the rules and you have to enforce them. No one else is coming to save you. No one is going to slap the junk food out of your hand. You have to do it. Principle number 6. Embrace the obstacle. This is one of the most famous Stoic ideas. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Life will throw rocks at you. It is guaranteed. You will get sick, you will lose money, your car will break down. The average person looks at these obstacles and cries. They say, "This is blocking my path." The disciplined person looks at the obstacle and says, "This is the path." Every problem is an opportunity to practice a virtue. If someone is rude to you, it is not a problem, it is an opportunity to practice patience. If the gym is closed, it is not a problem, it is an opportunity to practice adaptability. Go for a run instead. If you get fired, it is an opportunity to practice resilience and courage. You have to change how you view bad things. The fire uses everything you throw into it as fuel. If you throw wood in the fire, it burns. If you throw paper, it burns. If you throw a chair, it burns. The fire gets stronger with everything you give it. You need to be the fire. When life gives you a hard time, say good. Say, "I can use this." This mindset makes you unbeatable. Because if good things happen, you win. If bad things happen, you use them to get stronger, so you still win. You cannot lose if you turn every negative into a positive. Principle number 7. Remember that you will die. Memento mori. Remember death. This sounds dark, but it is actually the most motivating thought you can have. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself that he could leave life right now. He wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." We act like we are going to live forever. We procrastinate, we hold grudges, we worry about nonsense. We say, "I'll chase my dream next year." You might not have a next year. You might not have a tomorrow. If you truly knew that you were going to die next week, would you be wasting time on your phone right now? Would you be arguing with your spouse about the dishes? Would you be scared to ask for that promotion? No, you would focus on what matters. You would be present. You would be bold. Death is not something to be afraid of. It is something to use. It is a tool to sharpen your focus. When you feel lazy, remember that your time is running out. Every second that ticks by is a second you never get back. You are dying right now. As you listen to this, you are closer to your grave than you were 5 minutes ago. Use that pressure. Let it wake you up. Stop living like you have 1,000 years. You have a very short candle and it is burning down. Make it shine while it lasts. Principle number 8. The morning ritual. Marcus Aurelius knew that if you win the morning, you win the day. The morning is the most critical time. It sets the tone. If you start your day by looking at your phone, checking emails, and reacting to the world, you have already lost. You are in a reactive state. You are letting the world dictate your mood. You need a routine. It doesn't have to be complex, but it has to be deliberate. Marcus would prepare his mind for the day. He would tell himself, "Today I shall meet people who are meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, and unsocial." He rehearsed the difficulties he would face so that when they happened, he wouldn't be surprised. He wouldn't get angry. He was ready. You need to do the same. Wake up, avoid the phone, drink water, move your body, and then take 5 minutes to plan. What do I need to get done today? What obstacles might hit me? How will I handle them? Visualize your day going well. Visualize yourself handling problems with calm strength. When you prepare your mind, the chaos of the day cannot shake you. You are like a rock in the ocean. The waves crash against you, but you do not move. But if you wake up and immediately start scrolling TikTok, you are like a leaf in the wind. You will be blown wherever the day takes you. Principle number 9. Be grateful for what you have. Discipline is hard when you are always wanting more. When you are obsessed with what you lack, you become bitter. You feel like the world owes you something. Marcus was the emperor, but he practiced gratitude for the simple things. He thanked the gods for his family, for his teachers, for his health. He said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." We take everything for granted. You are listening to this on a device that is a miracle of technology. You probably have a roof over your head. You have food in your belly. You have clean water. If you lived in any other time in history, you would be considered a king. But you are miserable because you don't have a better car or more followers. Gratitude builds mental toughness. It grounds you. It reminds you that you already have enough to be happy. When you are grateful, you don't need external pleasure to feel good. You are self-contained, and a man who is self-contained is very hard to control. You can't bribe him and you can't threaten him because he is already content. Principle number 10. Just do the work. At the end of the day, philosophy is useless if you don't act. You can read every book on Stoicism, you can listen to every video, you can quote Marcus Aurelius, but if you don't take action, you are a fake. Marcus wrote, "Stop talking about what a good man is like and just be one." This is the ultimate slap in the face. We love to talk, we love to plan, we love to buy notebooks and write down our goals. We love to tell people what we are going to do. Stop talking. Stop planning. Do. Discipline is physical. It is an action. It is putting the pen to the paper. It is putting the running shoes on your feet. It is picking up the phone and making the call. There is no secret sauce. There is no magic pill. There is only the work. You are waiting for the right time. The right time doesn't exist. You are waiting for motivation. Motivation is a liar. It comes and goes. You have to act even when you feel like trash, especially when you feel like trash. Look at your to-do list. Pick the hardest thing, the thing you are dreading, and do it right now. Don't think about it. Don't debate it. Just move your body. Action cures fear. Action cures procrastination. Action cures doubt. So, here we are. You have the 10 principles. You have the map. But a map is useless if you don't walk the path. Building discipline is not a one-time event. It is a daily war. Every single day you will have to fight your lower self. Every morning the voice in your head will tell you to take it easy. Every night the voice will tell you to skip the gym. The battle never ends until you are in the ground. But it is a beautiful battle, because on the other side of that pain is pride. Imagine hitting the pillow at night knowing you gave everything you had. Imagine looking in the mirror and respecting the man staring back. Imagine knowing that you are in control of your own destiny. That feeling is better than any drug. It is better than any comfort. You have a choice today. You can go back to your old life. You can go back to being a slave to your impulses. You can be average like everyone else. Or you can step into the arena. You can embrace the struggle. You can become the emperor of your own mind. The door is open, but you have to walk through it. If you want to master your mind, subscribe to the channel.